On this special episode of Technically a Conversation, we're joined by Cristina from Spooky Tales, Dakota from Contra Zoom Pod, and one half of the Queen's Elena to bring a short story we wrote to life. A grieving family conducts a séance on Christmas to communicate with their deceased mother, but things go horribly wrong. Listen, if you dare. Next, on Technically a Conversation. Greetings, you're listening to Technically a Conversation, a podcast where we share an interesting topic or story with each other and hope you find it interesting as well. I'm one half of your host, José, and in this episode, Isela and I had the privilege of being joined by Cristina from Spooky Tales, Dakota from Contra Zoom Pod, and one half of the Queen's Elena to bring a short story I wrote to life. Thank you so much for joining us in this special episode. If you haven't heard of Spooky Tales or Contra Zoom Pod, go check them out. Links will be in the show notes. They are fantastic podcasts. Like all our specials, this episode is brought to you commercial-free thanks to a generous donation from the LexCorp Corporation. LexCorp, let's build a better tomorrow, today. Now on with the show. The holidays have always been a special time for the Montes family. It was a time everyone looked forward to, as they knew the whole family would be together. This year, though, things were tough on the family, now that mother was gone. She had passed away shortly after the harvest moon from consumption. Things just weren't ever going to be the same. A once cheerful family was now solemn and quiet. No one wanted to break the silence, for fear of bringing back painful memories and crying. Miguel, the new widower, and his two daughters, Luana and Fernanda, just sat at the table, drinking their tea in silence. Miguel finally decides to speak up.
The clouds are really starting to fill the sky. I think we might be in for a white Christmas this year.
Mom would have liked that. She always loved the snow.
Miguel is noticeably upset.
Damn it, Luana, why did you have to bring up Mom? You know Dad is not well and becomes upset every time we bring her up.
What do you want me to do, Fernanda? Pretend like Mom never existed? She was only part of our lives since we were born. How are we ever going to mourn her if the mere mention of her name sets everyone off?
Enough! The holidays are supposed to bring the family together, not tear us apart. This wouldn't have been what your mother wanted, especially not on her favorite holiday.
Miguel is agitated, but his sadness quickly overcomes him, and he settles back into his chair.
Maybe this holiday, we don't have to spend it without our mother.
What foolishness are you blabbering about now?
Doña Cuquita was telling me the other day that they did a séance to talk to her late husband, and it worked. They were able to speak to him from beyond the realm of the living.
Esa bruja loca. What did I tell you about talking to her? She's always putting crazy ideas in your head. Everyone knows better than to listen to her, but you're the only one that's gullible enough to believe her.
I'm not gullible. I just think...
I told you girls enough. I will not allow you to bring this sacrilegious nonsense up at the table. This is where we have our meals. And this is your mother we're talking about. She fought a long and difficult illness. She was a good mother and a good wife. I won't allow you to tarnish her memory for a parlor trick.
This isn't a parlor trick. It's real, papi. Doña Cuquita said she spoke to her late husband and was able to get some real closure.
What can it hurt, papi? At worst, nothing will happen. At best, we'll get to talk to our mother again.
Don't tell me you're on board with this blasphemy also.
I mean, she does make a good point. What if we're finally able to get some closure? Talk to her. Make sure she's in a good place. Wouldn't you want to hear from Mom again? Have another chance to tell her you love her? Another chance for all of us to tell her how much we love her.
We have nothing to lose, papi. If it does end up being some kind of parlor trick, the worst that can happen is that we're out a couple of dollars. But think, what if it's real?
I won't be inviting the devil and sorcery into our home.
The bickering continues for several moments longer until Miguel finally gives in, partially out of curiosity, but mainly because he doesn't have the energy to continue arguing any longer. Miguel sits quietly at the table, resting his eyes, while Luana calls up Doña Cuquita. Fernanda slouches back in her chair, indulging in a Choco's cookie snack, and admires how the chocolatey-flavored wafers perfectly sandwiched the mouth-watering sugary cream, available at all Fordman department stores. Not a sponsored ad.
So I just got off the phone with Doña Cuquita, and she's on her way.
Right now?
Yes.
On Christmas?
Yes.
Más bien es Doña Loquita.
A short time later, Doña Cuquita is knocking at the door, just as the first Christmas snowflakes start to fall upon the last rose of winter in the family garden.
Buenas noches y feliz Navidad. My name is Doña Cuquita Negredi, at your service.
Feliz
Feliz Navidad.
Navidad.
Luana told me over the phone that you were interested in doing a séance to contact your mother.
Yes, my wife. I strongly expressed my reservations against doing this. But this was not an argument I was able to win, I'm afraid.
What reservations, Señor Montes? What is there to argue against? Luana tells me the family has been through so much. Wouldn't you want some closure?
Yes, but...
But nothing, Señor Montes. When I lost my dear Freddy, I would have done anything to talk to him again, just to know that he was okay, to let him know he was still loved. You wouldn't believe the closure this brought me. The pain of losing your wife will never go away, but wouldn't you want the pain to be less pronounced?
Yes, but...
Then what's the harm in trying to summon her? Bring some closure to you and your lovely daughters. Maybe you and I could have a little closure later on as well, if you know what I mean.
What?
Nothing.
Doña Cuquita pulled out her Ouija board, which has existed since 1890, so it would have been historically accurate for this period piece. She also lit 6 black candles and placed them around the board. The 6 black candles hold no historical value, but it sounded cool. Luana, Miguel, Fernanda, and Doña Cuquita all hold hands around the table as Doña Cuquita starts the séance.
Zime come sate dive, zime come sate dive, zime come sate dive, zime come sate dive.
What the hell is Doña Cuquita saying?
I have no idea, pero se oye bien chida.
Quiet! You're breaking my concentration.
Doña Cuquita continues chanting, and the candles start flickering. There's a rumble that can be felt and heard, and a sense of excitement and unease is felt. The rumble intensifies, and the candles go out. Doña Cuquita lights the candles once more.
Spirit of Doña Maria, we summon you. Please come forward. What do you have to say to us? You can all breathe. You're all very tense, and the spirits can sense that. You have to be relaxed if you want to summon the spirits.
Everyone breathes and relaxes. Doña Cuquita tries again.
Spirit of Doña Maria, we summon you. Please come forward. What do you have to say to us? Doña Maria, we come together today, me as the vessel for you to communicate through, and your loving family who wants to talk to you and hear from you once more. Please give us a sign that you are here.
Suddenly, one of the candles goes out.
Do you think that might be Mommy?
Can you ask if that's Mom?
Oh, Spirit, can you hear us? Can you communicate with us tonight? Knock once for yes, knock twice for no.
How would she knock twice if she can't hear us?
Spirit, thank you for granting us an audience with your presence. Is this the spirit of Doña Maria that's joining us tonight? Spirit, do you understand? 1 knock is yes, 2 knocks is no.
It seems to understand you, Doña Cuquita.
I feel a warm energy in the room. Does anyone else feel that?
I feel it too. It feels very warm indeed.
Are you sure that's not just me, hun?
What?
Nothing. Give us 1 knock for yes, 2 knocks for no. Is this the spirit of Doña Maria?
Is my mother with you?
Do you know our mother?
Is our mother okay?
What?
You seem to say what a lot, Senor Montes.
Did it just say that my sweet love is not okay? Tell me, what happened to my sweet darling? I demand you to tell me.
That's not the way it works. You can only ask yes or no questions.
I don't have time for that. I need to know what happened.
Now you hear me?
What?
Oh, we're doing that again? Never mind.
Is our mother with you?
Are you able to contact our mother so we can speak with her?
Why not?
All of a sudden, the rumbling intensifies and you see Miguel appear to stand and become agitated and finally falls back down to his seat. In a low rumbling voice, he says,
Where your beloved Maria has gone,
No one can reach her. She is beyond the world of the living
and beyond the realm of the dead.
Her spirit has ceased to exist.
Miguel's body appears to go limp, and the girls run to him. They are visibly disturbed and upset.
Papi, are you okay?
At least he didn't say what this time.
What happened to our dad?
¿Quién sabe? This is only the second time I've ever attempted this.
Is he going to be okay?
Oh my god, I think that's dad. Papi, is that you?
Why isn't he talking? You need to help him, Doña Cuquita.
I don't know how.
Can you do something to reverse the spell or something?
Spell? I'm not a witch. This isn't witchcraft. I was just reciting some things I read in a book.
Where's the book now?
I returned it to the library.
Library?
I'm very responsible.
Obviously not. Look at our papi. He's catatonic.
Do you know the name of the book? Maybe we can find it and see if there's a way to reverse this.
First of all, it's Christmas and the library is closed. And second of all, I don't even remember the name. It was a brown book, though. It was really interesting. If I can remember what it's called, I'll have to check it out again and finish reading it. There was one chapter where they were talking all about this goat head.
You're not being very helpful right now. Maybe it's best you leave.
But we haven't even had dinner yet or opened the presents.
This is no time to eat. We have to figure out what to do about my papi.
Right. And I can always take the food para to go.
Let me show you to the door, Doña Cuquita. I think you've overstayed your welcome.
Okay, I'm going. What time should I come for the recalentada tomorrow?
Luana and Fernanda sternly show Doña Cuquita to the door. They attend to their father all night, but no matter what they do, Miguel just stares blankly into the room. Once in a while, he'll answer by knocking on nearby surfaces. He has stopped eating and drinking. Before the year's end, the girls are mourning the loss of both their mother and father. By the spring, they had both left and vowed never to return to the house that brought them so much pain and suffering. The people that purchased the property reported hearing random knocking, but were never sure why. We hope that you enjoyed the show and you join us again next week. Extra special thanks to our super friends Cristina from A Spooky Tales, Dakota from ContraZoom Pod, and one half of the Queen's Elena for joining us today and making our holiday special extra special. If you're enjoying the show, leave us a review, tell a friend, and subscribe wherever fine podcasts are sold. Follow us on the socials at GreetingsTAC, email us at greetingstac@gmail.com, or leave us a voicemail at 915-317-6669 if you have a story to share with us.